wrestling fans, we've got a hot one for you today. We've got the brand new WWE Mattel main event showdown series 25 of WWE's Power Couple. Judgment Day's very own Liv Morgan and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. We're going to use our advanced metric system. We're going to rank and review this set and let you know if this is a must-have, must-add figure. Here we go. X2 as nice, twice as nice. Wrestling card pack openings and all things wrestling. Subscribe. Wow, what a hot figure we have today. We're going to rank and review this figure of Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio. But before we get started, hit that subscribe button and start collecting with us. We rank and review wrestling figures and toys. We will be using our advanced metric system to rank this figure set. And the 5 metrics we'll be using are: number 1, new in box. How does it look in the packaging, on the shelf? Number 2, loose. How does it look out of the packaging and on in your collection shelf? 3, the market. Are there a lot of these figures out there? Is there a need for these figures? 4, price. Will this go up in value or down? And 5, the wow factor. We'll add all these metrics up, give you a total points scored, and then our final ranking score for this figure set. And we'll let you know if this is a must-have, must-add figure set for your collection. First metric we'll be using is new in box. How does this set look new in packaging? And the packaging looks really good. You have a complete open face shell here on the front so you can see the entire figure. You've got the big picture here of Liv and Dominic Mysterio there in the upper corner. Includes the Women's World Championship with the Liv Morgan plates on it. And of course, this is main event showdown series 25. Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio nameplates on the inside of the shell. Ages 6+ by Mattel. And on the back of the packaging, you got that standard main event showdown there where they put some stats here. You got style, both high flyers from where they're from, and the finisher, the Frog Splash in Oblivion. So pretty cool pictures here on the back. The other figures in Series 25 include Jey Uso and Braun Breaker, and then New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi. And this is by Mattel, empowering generations through play. And it is 2026, all rights reserved. So very nice. Bottom of the packaging open as well, and the top. So packaging looks very nice. I'm a big fan of the complete open face packaging. We do have kind of an upgraded of color schemes. The design is very similar. They just changed the colors to the red, black, and blue versus the white, red, and black. So not a huge update, but it does look good, and I think it looks good for this figure. You've got the skeleton shirt here with the red heart. That pops that heart a little bit, so I do think that the standard packaging that they're now using does help this particular figure set. With that being said, new in box, I'm going to give it a score of an 8. Second metric we'll be using is loose. How do these figures look out of the box? So, with that being said, it is time to grip and rip and set Liv Morgan and Dirty Dom free. We have Dirty Dom and Liv in the shell. They are almost free here, but there they are in the shell packaging. Let's get them on out and set them completely free. We have set them free, and these figures look really good out of the box. Right away, I've got them displayed here. Dominic with his arm around his sweetheart. And let's examine Liv Morgan first here. And of course, talking about sweetheart, she has that skeleton with the red heart out there, noting that her heart is for Dominic Mysterio. Very nice figure. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about here today while we're doing this review and ranking, Liv Morgan figures are really hard, I think, to look accurate. It seems like they always kind of mess up a little bit on, you look at her face there, right? The figure face and her actual face. I don't know what it is. I think it's the lips and the eyes are just a little bit off, but this one's okay. The hair as well. It's hard to make figures with that straight hair in a figure line, but nonetheless, this looks pretty good. I do like the outfit, which we have not seen before on Liv Morgan. And of course, the Women's World Championship with that Liv Morgan nameplate there. Very nice. Does have some black boots, black knee pads, There is some details here on the shins of the boots, so you can check that out. Some straps and stuff there. Maybe you'd like to have seen a little more detail, maybe a gray shadow under it or something to kind of let you know that those pieces are there on the boots. But on the back we have that logo as well. But I think this overall is a pretty nice figure for Liv. Again, that hair sculpt piece is just so hard to put into a toy, but I think they've done a really good job here of this head scan. It does look like she's got that necklace there around her neck, so you could pop her head off in order to take that accessory off if you wanted to use it on another figure. But you do have the basic non-shiny. It's a little dull. Of course, these Mattel basic figure belts have gotten better through the years. They're not quite as dull and plain as they used to be. They look really good, and I believe that the Mattel basic belts go pretty well with the Mattel Elite figures now. So I do think you can upgrade, use a Mattel basic belt with the Elites. I do think that they look pretty well. The really old Mattels do not. But we're going to give Liv Morgan a score of a 9. I think her head scan just hurts her a little bit, but size-wise looks good. Scale-wise, too, you got Dominic over top of her there. Very good. Now, some of the divas are all small, and some of the divas aren't that small. So scales are off, but I think her scale is right on. She's not a super tall girl. Now, the one thing that stands out to me besides the sweater is this head scan. This head scan of Dirty Dom looks phenomenal. It truly does. The hair looks great here. That's what I don't understand. We can get the hair right on the guys, but for the women, for some reason, it's just so much harder to get an accurate, realistic-looking hair sculpt. But the second feature that I really like as well is that sweater of Liv Morgan kissing Dom, right? This is a very infamous picture here dating back to the Rhea Ripley feud with Liv and Dom, as Liv steals Dirty Dom from Rhea. What a cool angle that was. And, of course, topping the figure off, you got the Appaloosa-style boots there on the bottom. Very nice with the black spots like the behind of an Appaloosa. Very nice. Going down the legs, I want to point out there are some plastic tassels there. Very good. Up underneath the sweater, the standard Dominic logo on his pants. Now, this sweater accessory does not look to be removable, so you would have to do some sort of custom work there to get that off. I'm going to leave it on anyway. It looks really good, but I'm going to give Dirty Dom a score of a 9. So we're going to go 9 apiece. That makes it easy for me to total up 9 for Dom, 9 for Liv. I honestly like the Dom figure just a little bit better, but you got the figure belt. That kind of adds to her score to bring her up to tie her with Dom at a 9. So, you know, if she don't have the figure belt, I'm going to rank her a lot lower. But the figure belt definitely brings her loose score up. They look great together here, too, as you can see on display. We're going to go 9 each, and that brings their loose score up to a total of 9. Third metric we use is market. What's the market for these two? Now, there has been a ton of Dominic Mysterio figures lately, both basic in 2-packs and elites. So we have a plethora of options to go through when we're trying to pick out a Dirty Dom figure. However, we don't get to see them together, right? So that's what makes this pack cool, is they're featured together in the 2-pack new in box. Take them out, that's a different story. But Liv Morgan, she does not have as many Mattel figures as Dominic Mysterio, so it makes it a little more sought after for Liv Morgan. And of course, she comes with the Liv title, and that outfit, we haven't seen it before. The Dominic Mysterio outfit we have seen before. We haven't seen the sweater picture. We've seen the sweater, the Appaloosa boots, similar head scans, and so forth. So it's not a very different Dominic figure. The thing that makes it the most unique is the sweater picture. But the Liv Morgan figure is pretty unique to her other figures that are out there. So very nice figure there with the red heart there, the skeleton shirt, and of course that belt, which really helped bring up this loose figure score. So market for these figures, market's going to be just a little bit down versus the other scores. They're about with the new in box. I'm going to be nice here and give it a market score of an 8, just because we don't have the two of them together. So that's where I'm bringing that score up to an 8. If they're not together, this is a much lower score. So we get our first Liv and Dominic Mysterio 2-pack. So that brings it up market of an 8. The fourth metric we use is price, and with this being a 2-pack, you do get a little bit of a discount versus buying 2 basics or 2 elites. You do save a little bit of money there, but this category is not really about what you're paying for it. It's what kind of, is this an investment? Is this going to go up in value? Is this a rare piece, basically? And the answer to that is yes, I do believe it will have some pretty good price and value here in this 2-pack set. The 2-packs are not as mass-produced as the basic singles. A little bit harder to find the 2-packs, and they tend to get scooped off the shelves rather quickly. So lower production and higher demand makes the 2-packs a little more sought after for collectors that are looking to flip these, make a little money, that kind of thing. But this is an awesome 2-pack, right? I mean, Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio, probably the story of the year, in my opinion, in 2025. That feud with Rhea was really legendary. It really is. I mean, I think we'll look back on that feud years later and talk about how awesome of a legendary feud that was. So, and this 2-pack's going to kind of denote that. So I do think we're going to get some pretty good value on this. I think it'll go up anywhere from 50 to 75 bucks in a couple of years when it becomes harder and harder to find. So I do think we'll get some value, very good value here. And because of that, we're going to get a price of an 8.5 ranking score for the price value metric. Our fifth and final metric is the wow factor. And this one is definitely high wow factor. You see it on the shelf. You see Liv Morgan, Dirty Dom together finally in a figure set, and it is wow, right? So hard enough to find Liv Morgan figures in the wild. Throw it in with a 2-pack, and you've got an ultimate wow factor here. Package looks great. Figures look great out of the box as well. So you got wow factor new in box. You've got wow factor out of the box. Wow factor today gets a score of a 9.25. It's time to close out this video, but before we do, hit that subscribe button. Start collecting with us today. Help the channel grow. Rank and review wrestling toys, cards. It's fun. Just hit that subscribe button. Just do it. Here we go. We got total points. Mattel Main Event Showdown Series 25. Liv and Dom together. Finally at last in figure heaven. Here we go. Final points scored. 42.75 total points. An 8 for new in box, 9 loose, market 8, price value 8.5, and the wow factor 9.25, a total of 42.75. And we come up with our final ranking score. Divide those numbers by 5, and we get 8.55. That is an extremely high score, an 8.5 if you round it, 8.55. For Dirty Dom and Liv Morgan. Now we're going to answer that question that we always do on the channel. Is this a must-have, must-add figure? And I'm going to say absolutely. You've got Dom and Liv finally together in figure form, 2-pack. This is a must-have, must-add for sure. We get a different version of Liv, so if you wanted to open it, you got that. But I'm telling you, this is one you're going to want to leave new in box, in my opinion. I think it looks pretty well. I'm not super thrilled with the coloring scheme. It's about time for a new update on some of the basic packaging, but it's okay. We just got an update of color, but nonetheless, still looks great up on the wall and in displayed condition. And I definitely recommend, because we see some value in this 2-pack, leaving it new in box, because people are going to want this set in the future. What an awesome set. Final score, 8.55. Start collecting with us.